Recently, I received a contact from a gentleman asking me about a young lady by the name of Aishah Hasnie. He said, I thought she started her broadcasting career at Wayne TV in Fort Wayne, to which I said, no, not exactly correct. So, to fill you in, yes, Aishah Hasnie is somebody that I know. I met her a number of years ago when she graduated from Indiana University. Let me give you the background. Aisha was born in Lahore, Pakistan, back in 1984, October the 4th to be exact. My eldest daughter was born October the 6th, so they kind of knew each other because they both went to Indiana University. Now, Aisha and his family was brought to the United States by her uncle, who was a lieutenant commander in the Navy, sponsored the family, and they settled in Bedford, Indiana, where her father became a engineer ultimately for a major auto company. Now, she graduated from Bedford North Lawrence High School, and she went to Indiana University. Now, keep something in mind. Her parents wanted her to become a doctor, and her brother and sister are already medical professionals. Aisha, no, she took a totally different course. She ended up going out with her a cousin, I believe it was, who worked at a TV station in Illinois. Aisha went over there to see her, whatever, an internship sort of thing, and got hooked. Got hooked on broadcasting. She ended up majoring in journalism at Indiana University, won some very nice awards, by the way. Well, when she graduated in 2006, she was looking for a job. And it turns out she was accepted at WOWO Radio 1190, 50,000 watt broadcasting behemoth in Fort Wayne, Indiana. WOWO was known nationwide, being a big powerhouse radio station, and she was brought in to be a newswoman. As it turns out, she was my newswoman. I was doing 3 to 6 p.m. radio talk show host on WOWO following Rush Limbaugh back in those days, and Aisha was my newswoman. Now, she was young, naive, just getting started in the business, and one day there was a Talk Like a Pirate Day, one of those national days. So I was talking like a pirate to Aisha. She didn't understand a heck of anything I was saying, but the other newsmen behind her, standing behind her, one was Lee Burdorf, and the other was Kurt Deffenbaugh. Now, Kurt has become a major big-time producer at WTVG in Toledo, Ohio, highly respected, well-known, but they were all standing behind her watching Aisha respond to my Talk Like a Pirate Day. And, but she didn't understand, but eventually she kind of figured out what I was doing. I was pranking her, having fun. Well, Aisha stayed with us at WOWO for a couple of years. And then one day I was in the studio and she came in. She said, hey, can we talk? I said, sure. She said, hey, I have been given a job offer by WANE TV, Channel 15, CBS affiliate. She said, you think I should take it? And I looked her square in the eye and I said, Aisha, are you kidding? Take it. You're natural. Well, as it turns out, she accepted their offer. And that's how she got started at News Channel 15. Now, she started there back in 2008, and she started out being a reporter on the street and eventually worked up to being anchoring situations. And she was young. She was getting started. She was doing okay. Well, back in 2010, when I got fired by WOWO, because in broadcasting, if you ain't been fired, you'll be fired. Trust me. Well, everybody in town wanted to interview me because I'd been on WOWO for so many years. And the only person I allowed to interview me was Aisha, because I knew her, I trusted her, and I knew she was going to be fair and honest, and she was. And the program ran, the story ran. Matter of fact, I think it was her lead story. And so she stayed at WOWO or at Wayne TV for a few years. Ultimately, was contacted by Channel 59, Fox affiliate down in Indianapolis, and she went to Indy working for Fox. She started a tour down there, had programs down there, became very well known and liked in Indy. Well, then back in 2018, I believe it was, 2019, there you go, 2019, she went to Fox National, Fox News in New York, New York. She started as an overnight reporter, worked her way up, and eventually, well, she was on Washington, D.C. as a Capitol reporter. Well, now she's moved up even higher. She's becoming an anchor, and a big-time anchor. And Aisha has finally become into her own. She is becoming a star. And you know what? She deserves it. One of the hardest working people I've seen. Aisha is a class lady. Her parents, good family people down there in Bedford. And by the way, Aishah loves to shoot shotgun. You want to go out and shoot trap and skeet? Trust me, she can hold her own. Aishah's a class act. I don't think she's married. I don't think she's I don't know what her status is. All I can tell you is she and I remain friends. She's a good lady. She's smart. And now she's moving up the ladder to stardom. And I can't think of anybody who's more deserving than she is, because Fox News found a star, and it's definitely Aishah Hasnie.